Hello. So I'm doing my live video later on in the day. I did one early in the car and I was just rambling about stuff, talking about how I got my car back and then fixed the lock. I was chilling in my car, watching the cars pass, kind of like get out for a minute and organize my mind and stuff as I'm waking up for the day. Today is a chill day. Everything's cool though. You know, like in the scheme of things, like just chilling, resting my brain, resting my mind, resting my brain actually, and brainstorming. Um, and so, been doing some cleaning, organizing, self care stuff. Kind of on the lonely end of things, as I am prone to. I clean my glasses. Like, it's funny, how, like, people reach out that, I've talked about this before, but I haven't talked about it in a while, since, like, October, where I had, like, people reach out to me, cuss me out, delete me, block me, whatever, and then, like, a couple weeks later, they'll reach out again, and they'll reach out again, in, like, different manipulative texts, like, pretending like their kids are mine or something. And I haven't seen them in, like, 5, 6, 7 years or something. I'll talk to your kids and ask them how they're doing and check on them and stuff, but, like, I don't have any kids. So, yeah, I need to clean my glasses. They're all gross right now and I couldn't see through them, so. And, yeah, so that is definitely a thing. It's been a thing where I've, like, been receiving texts from somebody, like, every other week or so that has some kids that, like, randomly different stuff, and the person has, like, outbursts and says crazy mean stuff, and I'm just kind of like, I hadn't talked to him in years until the last couple months, and it's just like, okay, I'm just not responding. And then, like, it's good to catch up with people. Another person, like, it was really good to catch up with. It's really nice to talk to. But it's just kind of, it's interesting around the holiday season, and these people are very well into, got some on my thumbnail, like, in the paint. Anyways, it's really nice, or, like, it's, totally a thing that these people can have their own lives and stuff, and I definitely, just like everybody, get caught up into the, I wish the sky was purple, like, all the time, like, that would be really nice, but it's not, like, so boundaries are a thing, and, like, you can't just be close, like, with everybody. Those kind of people that I'm talking about need, like, extra support groups of people. They need large groups of friends. And funny enough, people who are like that usually don't have many friends when they're people who need more friends. And so, I can be their friend from over here, kind of thing. You know, it's a two-way street, is what I mean. Like, I can't be my friend for you. And, you know, that's the thing. Like, I can't do both of our jobs. And when one of the jobs is like an outward in thing to me, I'm not gonna sit. I can't sit. You know, it'd be easier to sit and talk to the wall. Um, so that's the thing. Um, but you know, I am in a situation where I'm trying to figure out. I gotta get the windshield wipers fixed on my car, but that isn't gonna be a thing until I can afford to do for a while. And I have to do that in order to go back to work because I have to be able to drive in the rain, and you can't without windshield wipers. So I gotta figure that out. But I also don't know how much that's gonna be. Hopefully it's not gonna be. Hopefully it'll be less than $500. I'm not really sure. So, but I am looking at work and stuff because you know, there's the ever looming thing that I am in college and taking college classes and stuff. I'm not sure, you know, how that's going to end, how that's going to continue forward and stuff. And, you know, it's gotten me through 2 years of having something to do, and, you know, I enjoy learning and stuff. So, I like my major. It's communications. So I don't know where my life is going to take me. You know, after the holidays, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't, you know, I'd really like to go back to work and not be doing school, but at the same time, it's like, I like a lot of things. Like, I'd like to have a family, you know, I'd like to have a boyfriend or, like, you know, a partner or something. And, I like for my life to be more simple, you know. I'd like some, like, you know, to have somebody to share stuff with. I would, you know, like to have something that, you know, is not exploitive to me and stuff, like a career wise. Like, I'd like to have a private life, you know, surrounded by friends and stuff. That all sounds really nice. I wonder what that's like, you know. I wonder what it's like to have family, you know. So it is, you know, to have a couple friends and stuff, and that's great. But yeah, I'm looking at preparing for work and looking at different situations and hiring and stuff like that. I'm thinking about going into the medical field. I would like to. I know a couple different ways to do that and a couple options and stuff. So, you know, I'm definitely never going to be a doctor or anything like that, but, like, you know, of course it'd be nice to, you know, in some ways never have to work, but, like, I think you can do stuff, and, you know, I don't think anybody, I don't know, don't have a whole lot of hope most of the time I've hope for people, but I don't have hope for the algorithms and the people who have the loudest voice. And it's kind of like a crappy situation where it's like people that don't have it all, you know, who are, I don't know, it's weird because on the opposite side, that's how you get cults. But that is the thing, like cults do kind of control the algorithms on some kind of information. But so I just gotta ignore it and not pay attention to it. But anyways, so I would like to go do some work, and I am looking at all the different types of options of ways to support myself financially, but also be able to build onto that. And so when the time does come for me to act on it, I can. Trying to stay busy right now to not let the depression smack me in the face too much. I did have some bad dreams last night. At this moment, I don't remember what they were. Thankfully, I did wake up like repeating to myself like my positive mantras, so I wouldn't think about it, so I wouldn't remember what they were, because I don't want to like stay in that place. It's pretty intense. I wish I didn't have the depression that I do, where it, you know, like, I mean, it's not treatable. So it causes me to like not have the energy or the want to like, motivation is what it is that causes me to not have the motivation to like have my own business, because there's just like, you know, kind of like, what's the point of it? Like, and I don't have, you know, like when you're surviving on just surviving on that kind of level, like it causes a, you know, inability to act on things. So you know, I may see opportunities for things, and then I'm like, you know, how do I go about the, you know, self-esteem to like act on it? Because like I can't be you know, or like have the faith in that area, you know, like when you're starting a business or something, like people, you know, will have like a mental picture of something, but if you don't have the like emotional support to do stuff like that, or to be on the other side of it where you have like you know, just a freeness of, you know, where you don't have any other choice kind of thing, you know, so it's like one or the other. When you start your own business, you know, of course, experience goes on to both sides of it. And that's the thing, is like I have the experience with it. I've run many businesses. I have never had my own full business, but I've worked with other people. My dad had several businesses that he ran. We were always doing all kinds of stuff. We ran all kinds of stores together. I've helped my grandparents manage their properties over the year. I've managed their bills over the years, like even when I was younger. I mean, it's been something I've been doing my entire life. I had my own business when I was 10 years old, and I'm not talking about a lemonade stand. So, like, I've always been able to do that. I know what to look for and all that whatnot. But like, also, you know, would like to sit at a desk or on the floor and draw, you know, colorful circles over and over again, and not, you know, give a shit whether anybody else wants to buy it. Like, it'd be cool if somebody wanted to buy pictures of my, artwork of circles, but, it's not really too interesting to everybody. And as Kim Kardashian said today, they were talking about this morning on the radio, is that it's more of selling yourself, and like when you go to brand a business and whatever, and like I don't have that kind of, like, I don't know, I'm not there yet, which I don't know if I'm going to start my own business of selling pictures of circles that I've drawn, but I think I need to continue with my list of things that I'm taking care of, like getting my house clean, and it is fixed by things such as like spending like $30 and buying a couple gallons of paint and changing my orangey brown living room to gray and teal, instead of teal and tan-ish orange, because it used to be tan, but from smoking in my living room, it's kind of weird looking. So it's going to look a lot more fabulous in here for me, and it'll feel better, and that'll keep me more sane and focused and not feeling depressed. So, it does give me a natural, healthy glow, the color in here, but like for my mind, it's not good because that's not the color. I know why it's that color. So, intelligence can be a funny thing. So, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to do it as long as I possibly can, and I'm going to do it, what I'm doing, as good as I can, but I'm just going to, my phone's doing all kind of funny stuff. I got to go do the laundry now. So, I hope everybody has a good day, a good rest of their day, because this is an afternoon video rather than me doing them in the morning. And I'll talk soon.